It's called Team Drop Ball. It's a really exciting game that players love to play. It's also a really effective way for players to learn about transition moments in a game. Transitions are the moments in games where possession of the ball changes. So one team had the ball, they were in possession, they've now lost the ball, and so they're out of possession and they're now defending. For the other team, it's the opposite. They were defending, they've now regained possession, and so are on the attack. Transitions are key moments in games. It's where a lot of goals are scored in the modern game, and so teams do spend a lot of time training these moments. The reason that they are so important is because if you think about the team who are attacking, when they're attacking, they will have more players higher up the pitch. They'll be spaced out in positions to create goal scoring opportunities. What this means, though, is that at the moment when they lose the ball, there will be gaps and spaces within their team structure for the other team to exploit if they're able to transition quickly. Because the team who have just lost possession, they won't have had time to organise into their defensive shape. So let's just start with a quick look at the actual game itself. The game works like this. So two even teams, each player on the pitch holds a ball in their hands, and each team has numbered players. So we can see yellow team have player number 1, 2 and 3, and blue team have player number 1, 2 and 3. Every player with a ball in their hands. There is also an additional ball in the middle of the pitch for a regular game to be played with. So we see here that the yellow team come and start the game, take a kick-off, pass it around, move up the pitch. They then go and score a goal. Once the goal is scored, the ball that was in the goal is collected and is taken back to the centre circle, and then the Blues then kick off to restart the game. So just exactly as you would in a normal game of football. As we can see here, Blues back to the centre spot. They then restart the game. Then we can see how the balls that the players are holding in their hands actually come into play in this game. So the yellow team scored, the blue team were then attacking, as we can see here. So they're just getting reset for this kickoff. They play the ball back. Number 3 tries to play a pass to number 2, but they misplace the pass, it goes off the pitch. Instantly at that point, number 1, yellow, drops the ball that they were holding and instantly transitions into that attack. So in the clip we can see blue player 1 had moved wide to receive. Teams in possession will often do that. They'll use width to attack. But what this has done, it's left a huge space for the yellow player to attack through on that transition moment. As yellow player number 1 scored, that ball would be collected out of the goal. The game would restart again in the usual way. But now yellow player number 1 would no longer be holding a ball in their hand because that's the ball that is being used by the players for the match itself. So at that point, if the blue team were then to kick the ball off the pitch again, it would be the yellow player number 2 who would instantly drop their ball and the game would resume in that fashion. Obviously, if it was a yellow player who kicked the ball off the pitch, it would be blue number 1 who would drop their ball first. And then if later on in the game, the yellow team kicked the ball off the pitch again, it would then be blue player number 2 who would kick the ball off the pitch. The game continues until a team no longer has a ball to drop. If a situation does occur where all players from one team have dropped their balls and no player on the other team have dropped theirs, the team with no balls left would receive 3 bonus goals, and that would be a reward for keeping the ball in play during the game, for being able to maintain possession effectively and not misplacing passes and hitting shots wide, etc. So that is Team Drop Ball. Hope you enjoy it. Really good one for transition with your players.